if you struggle from unwanted hair anywhere on your body, then you're going to want to watch this short video and my review on a fancy little device that I have discovered that I wish so much that I had discovered earlier. But first, here's a quick intro, and once that is done, I will get right into talking about that hair. What is it that I'm talking about? We're talking about that unwanted hair. It starts when we start in puberty. We get those heavier brows, and then the little mustache comes in, and then of course underarm and our leg, and we're stuck with that shaving and the nicks and the ingrown hairs and everything that comes with it. As I went through menopause, I discovered that the hairs that bothered me the most were the hairs that were beginning to come on my chin. And after menopause, I'm 15 years now, I'm finding that I have quite the stubble, quite the little beard that I'm growing, and I've been tweezing daily. I tweeze 10, 15 easily every morning in order to stay ahead of it. I was lucky enough to receive this beautiful little handset from RoseSkinCo, so it fits in the palm of your hand quite nicely. And it is in the family of IPL handsets that work on reducing hair growth in order to help you with the issues that you are having. It's fairly easy to use, although because of my excitement and being anxious, I jumped ahead and I began using it too quickly, too aggressively, and it really hasn't done me any better. I think it actually harmed me. I started using it correctly a couple of weeks ago. So how does this actually work? It comes in a very sturdy box. You do have a very comprehensive little guide that tells you all about laser hair removal and how to use it. It is a very good guide. Easy to use. Plug it in. Yes, you do have to plug it in to use it. Once you plug it in, you will see a little button with a green light flashing. You press it once to turn it on. You'll hear the fan, and I apologize for that, but we need it running in order for me to show you how to use it. Once you have it running, you will see on the front there is a little red light and a blue light. That tells you that the machine is running and it's on the first level. As you press the green light again, it moves it to the second level of intensity, to the third, fourth, and fifth. And do it once more and it brings it down to 1. That is to do the treatment in the per shot mode. You can put it in a glide mode, which means if you hold this down and keep it held down until you see it flashing, then once you hold it properly over the skin where this full window is covered, it will do continuous shots without pressing on the machine. I'm just going to turn this off again to get the sound to stop. As you are using it in glide mode, it is recommended that you pull it off the skin and back on again to allow for air circulation on the device. As it heats up, it will have to pause before it provides you with another light pulse. Now, on the front of it is a window. And this is the active window where the IPL light is discharged. In order for that to work, it has to be fully covered by the skin. If there's a part that's not covered, it's not going to shoot. It's just going to give you an empty shot. That provides you with protection for your eyes. Now, they do recommend that when you are using it on your face that you do not go above the cheekbone in order to protect the eyes, and that you do not go on the lips if you are doing over the lip. And that protects the lip from burning because it is darker in color. So that brings us to the question, who can use it? What skin colors can use it? Generally, it is able to be used by almost everybody except for somebody with dark skin colors. And they do actually have a chart both on the website, and in the material that shows you the different color ranges and what can be used. It is also recommended that you don't use it right after or before tanning. So let's talk about hair and how this whole thing works. Hair essentially grows in three very specific phases. You have the anagen phase, which is the active phase, the catagen phase, which is the transitional phase, and the telogen phase, which is the dormant phase. IPL laser or IPL light therapy works in the anagen phase. That is the active phase where the hair is growing. That is the only phase it works in. So if you do like I did and you do it too often, it's not doing any benefit at all. You're just wasting your time and wasting any light therapy that you're going to get out of the machine. What happens over the period of time is that your hair grows. And as your hair grows and goes out of the anagen phase into the other phases, it is no longer in the phase that the treatment will work on, and you're wasting your time and your money. Now, on the website, you will see that you will get results within 3 weeks. You will notice some change. And why is that? That is because that is about the length of time it takes you to get through the anagen phase. So as the hair appears to still be growing after a treatment, what's happening is it's being expelled through the skin, and you are shedding that hair. And you are waiting for the new cycle of hair growth to start, where another IPL treatment is going to be very effective. How can you speed that process up? By doing sugar scrubs, by exfoliating, and by helping to eliminate or coax the hairs out through that process. That eliminates the appearance of hair growing or stubble. Now, where did I use it? The only place that I have tried it is in my beard area. And as a woman, I hate to call it that, but when you get down to it, that's what we're dealing with. I did take a picture at the beginning, but I'm going to hold that off until I do an actual 90-day review. I started using this at the beginning of February, but I can honestly say for the full month of February, I was not using it correctly, and that was my fault for not going back and reading the instructions correctly. So my active treatment time has actually just been March, which means I've had 4 to 6 treatments for a very active area. If you want to be more aggressive with the treatment, they do suggest that you can do as much as 2 times a week, but do not recommend any more than that. So how do you go about doing it? You have to shave the area prior to giving yourself a treatment. If you wax it, if you use an epilator or any treatment that is pulling the root out, it is not going to be impactful. It's not going to be effective because it requires that the follicle that contains the melanin is still there. It's targeting that dark area near the root of the hair. It's then shutting it down. You're going to expel it, and it's going to grow back lighter and slower. And the process does actually take a long period of time, 6 to 9 months, if you're dealing with hairs that are more coarse and darker. But that's fine. I've been growing these hairs for a very long time. So what have I noticed? What have I noticed so far? Immediately I was frustrated because I would shave those puppies off in the morning, and by 5 o'clock I had noticeable beard again and pickiness, and it was really impacting my self-esteem. And I would actually shave again. I'd get that little razor out and I'd attack them at supper time. I no longer have to do that. I am good to go next morning. It's not even as bad as it was at 5 o'clock previously. So I do see some benefit from what I'm doing so far, and I'm excited for what's to come. In the next couple of months, I can really see the potential for not having to concern myself with how is this going to progress as I continue to grow older. I'm so excited to bring you this and to tell you that even with what I've seen so far, it's well worth the money that they are asking. So as always, please hit subscribe, like, and comment with any questions that you have about this handset, and I will be happy to get back to you with more information. I didn't get into everything because I did not want to make this an overly long video. If you like this review, go check out some of the other reviews I've done. And yes, I have a lot of different subjects that are going to be covered here. So hit the bell and you will be notified when I have dropped a new video. Thank you for joining me and looking forward to seeing you the next time.